Southern Vanguard Radio, this is DJ John Doe, and right in front of me is my
Man, you left off a little screen, man. You giving people false hope. I am not right in front of this man for obvious reasons.
You're right, he's not.
Yeah, let's
be fair. Memphis motherfucking Meeks.
What's up, homie? I'm just saying, let's be fair, man, because I'm still on the phone.
You are on the phone.
Yep. But we good, though.
So COVID bullshit is not going away anytime soon. My wife is not letting anybody in the fucking house.
Yep. You can't vote it away. So it's not going anywhere.
Oh, after the election's over with, we don't have to wear masks anymore. That's what's going to happen, right? Like we're not going to have to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After the election, everything is going to be fine.
Okay.
And yeah, so we just got to get through Tuesday.
Sounds wonderful.
That's just one of the many pieces of fucked up logic that I've heard in the past couple of months from some very, very troubling people that.
Oh man, God bless them.
God bless their heart. Yeah. Bless their little heart.
Bless their little heart.
Bless their little heart. That's some southern shit, isn't it?
Yeah. That means you ugly as fuck. Your baby ugly as fuck. When you see, oh, bless his heart. You ugly.
So we were. It's so funny you bring this up because we were all at the dinner table. With me and my squad the other night. I got 4 kids, ages in range from 4 to 15.
Yeah,
and
that's you.
Yeah, and somehow someone my wife said, Natalie said, we were talking about something, and my oldest son was involved in the conversation, and she said, "Oh, well, bless his heart," and he said, "Mom," he's like, "Is that an insult, or is that like a nice or a sweet thing to say?" Dude, I lost it.
Yeah, man.
Natalie looked at me like, how do I answer this? I'm like, I don't know. You're the one that says that shit all the time. I was
like, supposed to say, no, son, actually is an insult.
That's what I did say. That's what I said.
That shit you said to me was dumb as hell. I think that shit you did was stupid as fuck. So that's why I said, bless your heart.
Yep.
She should have just been straight up with him, man. But he felt it, though.
Yeah, he did. He knows. He catches He catches the sarcasm now, right? So he's in tune now. He knows what's going on when mom and dad are being snarky and shit.
He knows what's bullshit. He know what's up. That's what's up. He growing up, man. I'm proud of him.
He's quick. Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Word. Bless your little heart. How are you, Meeks?
Bless your little heart. I'm good, bro. I'm ready to, get this popping tonight. I got a little energy. I don't know why, but
okay.
I think we need to take full advantage of it.
All right.
Man.
How was Halloween in the SWATs? How was Halloween in the SWATs this weekend? Low key?
Man, real dry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was trick or pestilence this year. It wasn't trick or treat. It was trick or plague this year. So yeah, it was real light. It was some folk. It seemed like some folks were playing Menudo across the street, and they had
word,
like a Halloween Easter egg hunt, some type of bullshit, man. I was in the house, yo.
You weren't out on the porch. See, I should have.
Nah, man, I was in the house.
I should have been hanging out on the porch with them, man.
Yeah,
hanging out.
I'm not messing with it. I saw y'all did all them pumpkins and shit, man. Y'all went trick or treating and shit.
Well, you know what? We did all the pumpkin shit, and there was limited trick or treating. Like people had like these chutes set up, like from their driveway out into the street, so they would like drop candy from afar. I don't know if you saw pictures of this shit, but motherfuckers had chutes set up so they could give candy, and be at least 6 to 10 feet away.
Man, I would have threw that shit back at a motherfucker so fast.
So
that's crazy.
It was not as so we did do a little something, but it was not as wild as it normally is,
That sounds terrible. Anyway.
No, it was kind of nice actually, because like half of the people that usually, you know, are like giving out candy and doing some shit, like they weren't giving it out. So it shortened the amount of time that I had to be out with the squad. It was beautiful actually.
I had 2, 3, 4 houses and called it a night.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, man. So anywho. But yeah, man, we in November now, boys. It feels like fall outside finally.
I love it. You know, that's my weather right here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is it right here.
Well, we do have an interview session tonight. We're not just going to talk about, you know, Halloween and, you know, nasty, nice Southern sayings like, you know, bless your little heart and shit like that.
This is not the Sunday Time podcast with John and Meeks.
No, it's not.
Where we just
with John and James. With John and James.
Sunday Jitters with John and James.
Sunday Jitters with John and James. Oh man,
giving out recipes and shit.
That's right.
Let's go, homie.
Yeah, man. Oh, there's I did not.
Yeah, that lets you know we've been.
I did not mute the laser beam.
Shit come on. Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, this is a hip hop podcast, rap podcast. Me and my man Meeks here every Sunday night or Monday night. We record an in-depth interview session with a folk or some folks, and we also record a mix show. With all the latest and greatest hip hop, and we drop them on Tuesdays and Thursdays of the week that we record them in. So this is Southern Vangard Radio. Welcome.
Yeah.
As I mentioned, we drop twice a week. Tuesdays mix show, Thursdays interview session, and you know, it's just a good fucking time, as you can probably tell. So make sure you share, follow, like, subscribe, you know, all that good stuff. Leave us a review if you'd like on Apple Podcasts. And, you know, just tell a friend. And Meeks, we have some affiliates as well that help us get out the word.
That's right. We've got atlhiphop.com. I am classicrawradio.net. Return to the BoomBap, WRBB FM, X Squad Radio, X Squad affiliates, all of those in Atlanta. And then we venture out to the West Coast with Soul Public Radio out west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we had like a last minute audible on the interview session tonight. These two gentlemen were supposed to call in for one of our mix show interviews, and we had a last minute unintended schedule change, and you know, now we're gonna actually, you know, do do a kind of more in depth full length joint with these guys tonight. So this is gonna be dope. Both of them have been on the show. We world premiered. 2 records off their is it out now or is it out soon? Their upcoming album. Okay, it's out. Midnight Suns.
Sure did.
Yeah, and man, it's a burner. We're gonna talk about that and more. Welcome back to the show, Zilla Rocca and Chong Wizard.
What's happening?
Yeah.
Zilla Rocca, what up?
What up? Thanks for having us back on.
Yeah,
Zilla, man. Everybody good?
Good.
Mm-hmm. Everybody alive and well?
Goddamn right.
That's right.
God bless my heart. I'm here.
That's right. Bless your little heart, Chong.
I'm here.
We love you, buddy.
I stay blessed. Stay blessed.
Stay
No
blessed.
doubt. No doubt.
Oh man! All right. So first off, thank both of you guys for one calling in early and agreeing to talk to us.
Sure.
You know, for a little bit longer tonight. I don't know which one of you want to set it off, but let's just talk about the new record. Played a couple joints last week. You know, bangers. You know, Chong, I told you, you know, earlier this past week that I feel like this record could branch out and go some different places than just kind of, you know, underground rap shit. So, why don't you guys tell us about the record and, you know, sure. We'll dig in.
I'll set it off. So yeah, Midnight Suns. It's a comic book inspired concept record. But yeah, we went a lot of places with it. It's got kind of like a horror movie vibe, crime noir vibe, where it's very dark. You know what I mean? Like musically, you can hear it, and like you said, it's it can branch out because it does have a little bit of a different sound. We were talking about, me and you were talking how indie rock crowd might even like it just off of the production because it's very rock. I mean, I wouldn't say it's rock rap, but it has like rock elements to the beats. You know what I mean? Like it sounds like a live band, like just playing it. That's kind of like when I was producing it, I tried to make it sound like a live band and brought in some like live musicians on some of the beats to kind of help give it that live feel.
Gotcha.
I think it's dope. I think it's dope. You got J-Zone on the drums.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because like I did one, like the first track we did, I used like a random break beat. It wasn't J-Zone. And then by the time like I was ready to start working on the album, I had just gotten J-Zone's break record in the mail. And I was like, shit, let me break this out. And I started just making a couple dope beats off of it. And I was like, man, like this is fresh. Like, and then about half the album was like J-Zone break record beats. And then I just reached out to him and said, yo, we're going to use like these breaks. Can I also get you to replay some drums? Because I had done some programmed drum beats and it was just sounding weird. It was like, I wanted this to all sound like a live drummer. So he played some live drums too. So it really turned out fresh.
What a move.
Gave it a nice cohesive vibe with the live drummer.
Yeah, that's what's up. Real dope.
That's dope.
And I mean, it's J-Zone. I mean, just having like having a rapper play your drums on a rap record, it was just like, it was fresh. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Yeah. So how did you guys start out? Chong, you made beats and sent them to Zilla, or Zilla, you had concepts already and married them to the beats? Like, how'd all that go down?
Shit. We were kicking it, and he was just sending me joints, and I was, but they were from, because Chong's got like, he's one of them ill, I hate this term, but it's true. He's an ill curator. Like he has a bevy of rappers, like graphic artists, producers. Like he just has an ill network of people. So he would be sending me beats from all different cats, like Widowmaker and Rodata and all that. And so I would be fucking with him, and he would like sprinkle in his beats here and there. So we were talking about doing some shit. And then once he sent me the beat he made for the first song on the record, Mark Spector's theme, that was the first one where I was like, oh, I'm rapping on this now, like today, at this moment, immediately.
Oh, okay.
And that kind of said it all. And it's funny, right before we started recording, I pulled out my studio book because I write down like every session I do. I always date everything, see what I was doing. I wrote Mark Spector's theme almost exactly 2 years ago today. It was October 30th, 2018.
Oh,
that was when I
wow.
recorded that song. So almost exactly 2 years ago is when everything started, from that first beat that he sent me that I just like spazzed out on immediately. So when we did that one, it was like, so.
Let's say to add to that, like that was originally just like, okay, let's just do this song for the Infinity Stones. This was back when I was doing the Infinity Stones, and I knew Zilla was one of the few cats that actually knew comic books, not just like had seen the movies or read a few things. He was like a real comic book head. So I was like,
not passive. Yeah,
I knew, and I knew he liked Moon Knight, and we both liked the character, so we were going to do the Moon Knight song. And then after that one song, I was like, whoa, like that shit's just fire. Let's just do a whole album. And then that's just kind of how it sparked off.
So let me ask this, just so we know who is who. Who is laying claim to having an inferno stare? And who is
Ghost Rider?
Yeah, but which one of you is Ghost Rider, and who has the personality disorder obsessed with justice under the moonlight?
I gotta go personality disorder on the moonlight. That would gotta be me.
That's you? Okay. All right.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Then,
I do have a pretty mean stare. I got a poker face and I got a mean stare. But at the same time, I think when we were making it, we weren't like making the thing like we're going to play the characters.
Nah, I know.
We're making the soundtrack to the comic book, to the movie. You know what I mean? Like it was like
I get it.
Like people think because Chong's Canadian, he's nice and shit. Nah, bro, he got the hellfire. You know what I mean? He got the good health care. He's still mean though.
Yo, man, I just learned something tonight because I know about Ghost Rider. I'm not too keen on Moon Knight, so I learned something tonight. It's actually kind of dope.
So wait, I'm a little disappointed. So Chong, you and Zilla did not dress up as Ghost Rider and Moon Knight this weekend and go trick or treating together?
No,
I'm fucking. This interview's
Man,
fucking
y'all missed
over.
out on some prime promotion for the record, man.
We had talked about Zilla doing like a music video dressed as Moon Knight, but it was just like, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, we good.
The good news is about this record is like my son who just turned 5. He's now like very interested in Ghost Rider.
There you go.
We're looking at pictures, and I was like, "Yo, we can watch the Nicolas Cage movies." I'm like, "You're not the best, but it'll be a good launch." He's like, "Who's Nicolas Cage?" I was like, "It's Johnny Blaze. Don't worry about it. It's just Johnny Blaze." No, I'm not the man. That's the Nicolas Cage version.
That's dope.
Yeah, I think with Moon Knight, not a lot of people know about him, but he's about to be a big deal because he's got his own Disney Plus series coming, and there's rumors that Oscar Isaac is going to play him, so it should be a good look. He's kind of like Marvel's answer to Batman. He's like a schizophrenic Batman, basically.
Correct.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, quick question. Did you kind of tap into your usual bag production-wise on this, or did you branch out a little bit?
I branched out totally because it was like, after we did that first song, I was like, that's the feel. Like if we're doing like and we would like, he said on that first song, he said the word, he said Midnight Suns. And I was like, damn, that's the album title right there. Like, and then I was like, I got to make the beats all of this kind of dark vibe. And that's totally not my style. Like I usually am more of like on some soul shit. Like I'll chop and loop soul, records. It's kind of like usually what I'm into. As you could hear on like Chris Crack records when I produce, it's mostly just soul chops and loops.
Right.
This one I just totally went a different direction, but I've been producing for like a long ass time, so I've been through many phases over my career, like, and a lot of people just didn't know I produced, you know what I mean? Like, but I've been making beats for like 20 years, so I'm versatile.
Okay. Oh.
What about Rosati playing guitar on this joint, man?
Is that the Rosati?
That is the Rosati. Yes, Meeks. I knew you would appreciate this.
Playing the guitar.
Yeah, man.
Playing the guitar.
I just seen him we got him to do that about a year ago, and I just seen him like posting those videos because he not only is a rapper, but he also likes to jam with this jazz band out in LA. And I was like, man, that's fresh. And I reached out to him, and he jumped on it. It was tight. You know what I mean?
That's live as fuck right there. I had no idea.
Dope.
I'm learning tonight. This is
and that's
a night
again
of
bringing it back. We had two rappers
man.
playing live instruments on their
exactly.
Not just musicians, they were rappers.
That's dope, man.
Shout out to Sean Rosati, man. He came through. It was tight.
Word.
That's what's up, man.
Word. Talk to us about these features, guys. How these come together.
So, yo, let me tell you this right now, man. My goal for all these years putting out records was to I was plotting on working with Nature for like 7-8 years, where I had like I had like a label interested at one point. I was gonna like do production with another producer cat, and then it got weird and it fell through. But like Nature is like, that was a dude, like his DJ Clue run in the late 90s.
Yeah.
All those exclusives he did, stuff with the firm and all that. Like he was like one of the main reasons I ever started rhyming. So like he was a guy where, period. Like I had this poster on my wall, his first album For All Seasons. I had that poster. I love Nature. I always thought he was like so slept on. He was like such an ill like Queensbridge cat.
Yeah.
And so when it's funny, we were like thinking about getting, guests and stuff. And for this one, I wanted it to be like, I didn't want to get the same 7 dudes who's on everyone's album. Right. Like, no disrespect, but rap is always in this thing where like, remember like the one year it was like every album had to have like Mac Miller, Damo Genesis, Freddie Gibbs,
Joey Badass,
Currency.
Yeah.
So like everything goes in waves where like it's the same 6 people on everyone's records.
Yep.
For like that 6-7 month stretch. And it doesn't mean I don't like those dudes. Like I'm a fan of all those guys, but I was like, I don't want to have the same people that everyone's getting right now. Because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't even make me excited as a listener anymore. So when we were thinking about guests and I thought about Nature, I just seen him posting something on IG and I was like, why have I never thought to get this dude on anything? Like, what the fuck? So we hit up Nature and he was down and he was all about it. And then like my usual cast of characters, from Wrecking Crew like Castro and PREMROCK and in Alaska. You know, I wanted them on the record, and I wanted spots that fit them, so they're on there for the crew. But then Chong hit up Denmark VESSEY, who I've been a fan of for like 7-8 years, and me and Denmark have been cool. We've talked about doing shit, but we never linked up on a song. And then Chong was like, "Yo, I got Denmark." I was like, "What? Oh shit!" Like he was
surprised
last year on
that
tour.
was like a secret surprise, like boom.
Yeah, I was
That's
like,
dope.
"Oh shit!" I was like, "Yo, he was supposed to crash with me last time he was on tour in Philly." But we had never done a song together. And so he just hit me. He was like, "Oh, Denmark's down." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, that's a joint too.
Then I hit up Billy Woods, who to me I think is probably the best rapper right now. Like, you know, flip a coin, like him and Rock Mars. Like, who do you want to be the best rapper? Billy Woods, Rock Mars, whatever your cup of tea is. So Woods, I've worked with Woods a bunch. He's me and him are friends. But I thought he would be dope to be on Chong's records, because Chong, I don't think Chong, you never had Woods on your records before, right?
No, man, that was amazing having Billy Woods on there. And like, the guy is so incredible lyrically right now. Like, he's just on another planet. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like blessed to have him on the album. I'm glad Zilla got him on. It was a good look.
Yeah, and you know what's ill about Woods is, like, he cares about his features. Like, he'll call you and run shit by you when he's in the studio. He'll ask you, like, how does this fit? Like, where do you want me to go with this? Is it cool if I keep this? Like, he really is invested. So, like, there's no drop off from Woods' albums or Arm & Hammer albums to his features, which is great. Like, he's always, anytime I work with Woods, he always takes it very, very seriously. And then we had Lord JUCO, who I wasn't familiar of until I started peeping Chong's records. And then all the shit he was doing with the homie Cousin Feo, like, he was like an exciting person to me, where I was like, yo, yeah, like, fuck it, let's put him on a song with Woods. Like, that would be a great matchup too. Like, those aren't names you would see together. Like, JUCO's prolific, but not
JUCO dope like
too.
Yeah, and like might not naturally happen, right? Like, it would take something like this for them to be put together.
It's two different worlds of the underground. It's like there's underground hip hop, but there's almost like the art underground hip hop, and then there's almost like the like
street shit,
street underground hip hop. And and with Lord JUCO, I had just developed that relationship over the last few years, and it was just like the loyalty of just being like, yo, like, I like working with this guy, like, no nonsense. He comes in and he handles his work, and he's always down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good having him on there.
Yeah. And the last guy was MALIK B. Like, rest in peace. Like,
rest
in
peace, MALIK B. Wow.
Yo, like that was
crazy.
I forget how he even came up, but because we had the song Phildelphia. He's on, and I think it was the chorus, because there was a MALIK B line from the Game Theory album where he says, "I'm from Philadelphia, land where the killers dwell." And then I just kind of did a scratch hook, and then we just thought of, like, what if we just got MALIK B instead of like sampling it? Like, how do we do it? Like, that's a long shot. He's not active.
And then let me jump in on that. So with MALIK B, it was like, we were like, we got to get him on this joint, but it was like, he's not on social media. He's not really like an internet active kind of guy. He's not like,
at all
on anyone's albums. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, like, Mr. Green did an album with him like 8 years ago. Let me just holler at Mr. Green. Mr. Green gave me like the email and phone number, and that's how we linked up. But it was so old school. Like, I had the Western Union, and there was no PayPal in this. This was old school. Right?
Wow, really interesting.
And then it was like, oh, he didn't have a place to record, because this was like right at the height of the pandemic. This was like
the
June,
very beginning,
late May or early June or something.
Like, May, you're right.
Nobody wanted to have anybody over to the studio because of the pandemic, and then I got RALPHIIE REESE to do it, and it just worked out because he was in Philly, and he knocked it out. And like I said, it was a tragedy because like a month, 2 later, passed away. Just out of the blue, man. It was so sad, because he would be texting me like all the time, like, when's the album coming out? Like, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to get my name back out here. Like, he was still hungry. You can hear in the verse, he's still killer and hungry, and he just wanted to
like, he
wanted to kind of rebuild his name and branch out and start working with some of the new cats. And it's a shame, because I think he still had it in him, and I think, you know, he was on his way to building his name back up. So
straight up. And he's another dude. Like, I've studied MALIK. Like, if you guys have ever heard me on my show, Quad Culture, just know me. I'm of the people that was like, yo, there was a long stretch in Philly where people like Malik B is better than Black Thought.
Oh, hell
like,
yeah.
That was not even...
Absolutely.
That was never like some shocking shit to say. That was like...
Yeah, that wasn't in just Philly either.
That's everywhere.
That was talk of the town, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't until like, fairly recently where people are like, oh, Black Thought is the hottest and he's nice and he smashes everyone. Like, not when they were like locked in as a unit, as a group. Like, Malik had like a very efficient pocket and very unique and specialized. And then when he was gone, it was like they never replaced him. They tried with PD Crack and Truck North and Sugar Tongue Slim. And,
that's what made the Roots. That's what made the Roots dope, though. The not to take anything away from Black Thought, because he was dope too.
No, he's a god.
But the combination of Black Thought, Malik B, Dice Raw, it was special. You know what I'm saying?
We tried to get Dice Raw on the track too, and it didn't work out.
That would have been crazy.
It didn't work out.
That would have been crazy for real.
So Zilla,
but rest in peace, Malik, man. Straight up.
For real.
Zilla, had you tried to work with Malik before? Before now or no?
What's up?
Zilla,
had
had you tried to work with him before and it just didn't work out?
Nah.
Okay, gotcha.
Nah, you know what it was? Like Malik was another type of person where like I had a chance at one point with the homie Lush Life, where we were supposed to be on a song with Lush Life, and there was going to be a remix of Black Thought. This was like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh,
and I think it was going to be like Freeway, Black Thought, me and Castro.
Oh shit!
And Lush was trying to make it happen, and it just fell through. But at that point, I was like very nervous. I was like, I'm going to be on a song with these dudes. Like, oh shit. Like the MC, bravado and all that. Nah, I don't like. This is real shit. So Malik wasn't active, like Chong said, all this time. But when you go back and play that Mr. Green album, like he's getting busy, and all the late era Roots songs and albums he did pop on, like Game Theory, and I think The Rising Down. Like he's still spitting daggers on those records.
No doubt.
He never like. I was shook at the premise of being on a song with Black Thought and Freeway potentially back then. If someone said, "Oh, I'm gonna get Malik B on a song with you," he's gonna come through. I'd be like, what? Okay, wait, hold on, wait. All right, let me
think about what I do this or not.
Yeah, like honestly, like I don't want to hear that tough guy shit. Like this is these are like your heroes, like straight up. Like what do you do when your hero is going to be on a song with you or potentially working? So he was just like, again, he was kind of off the beaten path type of cat to work with. And I feel like that was special for us to get him as fans, but also just to be like, no one has Malik B on the record.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's a song called Philadelphia, which is, it's actually based on a comic book called Philadelphia that's new about vampires taking over Philly. It's a great book. Chris Rock co-signed it, I think, of all people. So it's like a conceptual record, but it was like him and that voice in that pocket, and he's like doing the ad-libs and scat, and it's just like, I get goosebumps. Like me and Small Pro were texting me, he's like, yo, I'm getting goosebumps playing his verse right now. I said, dude, how do you think I felt? Like,
wow,
hearing him when we first got it, you know?
It's gotta be an awesome feeling, man.
Totally.
Hell yeah!
It's just so crazy how it happened, like dead in the middle of a pandemic too. I mean, like the story is just nuts, man. You know, like it's tough, unbelievable.
It wasn't easy. That was not an easy feature to get. It was a lot of stress and a lot of like communication and really like just forcing it through. Like I was just not taking no for an answer on that one. I was like, I'm making this shit happen. Like I don't give a fuck. Like.
Yeah, right.
And I'm trying to go to session. My wife's like, "No, you're not leaving this house." Nope. And I'm like, "Yeah, but Malik B." She's like, "I don't care."
I don't give a fuck who it is.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Hey Zilla, a little off topic, real quick, since it's a kind of like a hot topic right now. What's the status in Philly right now? Like, I know the National Guard is there right now, and
it's been wild, man.
Has it quieted down a bit?
I feel like the last time I spoke with you guys when I was on the phone with Ray, or maybe another time, it was like this too. It was hot, like it
was. Yeah, you said they were setting ATMs on fire or some shit, Zilla, or something like that.
Like they were blowing up ATMs.
There you go.
So they're back to that old game of blowing up ATMs and shit.
Okay.
It's just crazy, man. Like the situation. Like I've worked in the mental health field since 2006.
Right.
So everything I'm reading and watching the videos and reading the paper and seeing the news, everything I'm reading, I'm like, this is the most preventable shit in the world to me. Like to shoot somebody like that in front of his mother, in front of his whole block,
That's
in front of 10
crazy.
people with their phones out. It's like there's no reason for it.
That
So our
makes no
commissioner,
sense.
she's been on the job 9 months. Our mayor's been here 3-4 years, and all they do is always be like, no, it didn't really happen like that. And everyone's like, oh, here's all the video footage. Like, whoops, our bad. And then they go back to doing something stupid. So like, I'm looking forward to voting all these people out.
Wow.
And honestly, the problem is it happened. These things are fucked up, and it happened to us when there was protests and they were gassing people on 95, and they're like, oh, it didn't happen. And then the Washington Post did this gigantic story, and they're like, oh, it did, but we didn't know. It was a real mistake. Sorry. And I'm just tired of it. It's just exhausting. And then the aftermath of it is you have the actual peaceful protests and speakers showing up and people being organized, which has been happening about 6-7 blocks from Curly Castro's crib. Like he's right there in West Philly. And West Philly is a beautiful area. It's all like older African folks that live there forever, a lot of biracial couples, college folks, transient people, yuppies, young families. It's the most diverse part of Philly. It's almost kind of like what Brooklyn used to be and shit. It's a big neighborhood vibe. And now all people know is this. And so it's like on mine in South Philly, they're boarding up businesses. I tried to get a flu shot with my son. We were scheduled. Fucking everything was boarded up. CVS, we couldn't go in.
Wow.
So it's like it's affecting people's lives even 8 miles away, 20 minutes away. So like, I'm glad you asked me about that. I wish you didn't. Like, I wish we couldn't even. I wish it wasn't even a thing
going on. I got you.
Right. Like I'm like, can you? It's 2020. Like everything travels so fucking quick all the time.
Yeah.
Like,
especially now.
Like,
yeah. What are you doing? What are you thinking about?
Yeah.
Why now?
Yeah, and like all the burning and shit. Like I'm not with fucking up people's property. Me and Ray talked about that when we were on the show last time. Like I'm not with that. Like you're fucking up with people getting their groceries. You're fucking up people's livelihoods. I'm not with that. But it is good to hold their ass to the fire to be like, you do. If this slips up again, like we're gonna be on you, and that's what we're supposed to be as citizens here. Like we're supposed to hold people accountable. So I'm gonna drink my seltzer and just relax now.
I hear you, man. Chong, how you holding up there in Vancouver, man? What's going on with you? Everything good up there?
It's been good, man. I'm kind of a hermit these days anyways as I've gotten older, so it really hasn't affected me that much. Like it's just, for me, it's pretty much business as usual. I mean, but I'm glad you asked him about Philly because I think on the record too, Zilla really dives into some like city corruption and politics talk of Philadelphia, and it seems like an interesting city that I don't even know that much about. And I know like on a lot of rap records, usually you're not going to hear people really diving into that side of crime, you know, right?
Yeah.
And the corruption of like the city politics, the unions, the contractors, it's just wild, man. That's one of the reasons I like working with Zilla is his content. Like he's got a pretty straightforward flow, but like content wise, he's so unique. Like who else is talking about this kind of shit? Like people don't really go there. You know what I mean? People want to stay in that safe lane of like talking about cooking crack or like their guns and shit and bitches.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just interesting. It's a breath of fresh air being like, oh shit, like I don't know that much about Philly and he's really breaking down some crazy shit. And I mean, I know a lot of cities behind the scene fucking politics shit goes down and it's cool for him to actually even tackle that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, me and John had a stroke of luck and had a chance to visit Philly and kick it and, eat cheesesteaks and shit like that. But the whole time we was there, I know personally I could see where, it's a real city. It's an old city. I'm sure it's got plenty of stories to tell, but at the same time, you could just kind of see that, it's probably a thinner line than most people think between Philly being a cool spot and Philly, having issues like it's having now. I mean, historically, some foul stuff has happened in Philly, even though it is a city of brotherly love and all that. there's a lot of foul shit. I mean, there's a lot of foul shit going on everywhere, man. But as always, man, we just thankful wherever y'all are, y'all safe, man. And you know, hopefully that shit can die down and people figure it out. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
Yeah, man.
So how did you guys, you know, connect in the first place, creatively? Was it just this joint that you worked on, you know, for the?
Yeah, it was the Infinity Stone, the initial Infinity Stone joint. But before that, Zilla had been on my the Star Wars mixtape. He had a verse on that.
Okay.
And I had just known him from other cats from like way back when I was working with other cats back in like 2011, I think, is when I first heard about him, but we never really worked together. We just kind of knew of each other. And then I think on Twitter, like I had seen him with the Moon Knight avatar and I gave him props. And he's like, fuck, nobody knew what the fuck that avatar was. And then that was years ago though. And then finally, like years later, we connected on the song when I was doing the Infinity Stones. Cause it was like, I need somebody who knows about comics. You know what I mean? So that's how it came about.
Okay. Dope. So what do you guys see like kind of next after this? You guys think you'll continue working together regularly or, what's the thought there?
No, I'm good, man. I don't fuck with this. You know, I think, it's dope. I'll say this. I was talking to Castro about this today. Because we're now at a place where, like, for me and my friends and Wrecking Crew and our podcast, like, we're reaching a critical mass in just terms of like audience and listeners and consumers and like loyal people fucking with us, and all of us have been doing this a really long time, which is dope. Like, I love where rap is, where, you know, we don't need the tastemakers, we don't need the labels, we don't need 4 fucking blog dudes. We don't need shit. We just need to have our stuff out and cater to the people that like us. And hopefully they share it with people. But if you can be on the right timelines, that's great. You know what I mean? If you get to get the email list together, that's great too.
Yeah.
But I think what supersedes it, honestly, is just like consistent work that is interesting and it's dope. And so like me and Chong doing this record that took 2 years, I was funny. I was texting someone today. I was like, yo, like it's been a long time since I worked with someone as meticulous as Chong, where we were like, yo, should we keep this? Should we title this way? Or like, yo, this isn't good enough. I'm going to bring in a fucking violinist. Yo, I'm going to bring in a guitarist on this. I'm like, I thought the song was done. No, I'm going to get these strings on it. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. It's like, yo, check it. I got Denmark VESSEY. I'm like, how the fuck did you get, like, it's just shit like that, where it's like, these things kept adding up and piling up to be as interesting and unique and ill as possible. And I think like what makes it successful for both of us is he doesn't have a record like that on his label in his catalog. And I don't have a record like this. Like, I have elements, you know, I'm always going to talk about like Philly crime shit. I just love it. I'm fascinated by it. But I haven't done it with Malik B. I haven't done it with J Zone breaks, like live J Zone. I haven't done that shit. And so I think it's just like keeping it interesting and fresh and exciting. And as long as like, I'm not to like do formulas, you know what I mean? Like if we did it, I don't want to be like, all right, well, that last time it worked. So now let's Midnight Suns 2, more live guitars, you know, like fuck that. Like I want it to be like, maybe next one will be a disco record. I don't know. Like if I'm in that space, and he is Italian disco, let's do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I like, you know, like the last time I was on with Ray West, like you can't make a more different record from Midnight Suns than me and Ray West, Row House Whispers.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's in a 6-month span. And so I think it's like whatever we do next, whether we make a new album in a year or 5 years or 6 months, I think it's just going to be like regardless of what everyone is, it's going to be like some inspired shit. And we know how to work with each other more too, which is fun. You know what I mean? Like you learn with each other, you know, like sometimes you're like, I don't know if that's going to work, man. I don't know if I can trust you. Like, or he said to me, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, trust me. You know what I mean? Like, and the reactions have been incredible. Like, this is the fastest selling record I've ever done, ever. And so it's great that people want it, you know, and I think that's a big part of what he's built. with his listenership and his fan base and his high end quality products. And I feel like I'm catching up this year. It's like, so I'm grateful. I'm very grateful, man.
All right.
Yeah, your merch game is on smash right now, Chong. I mean, you are fucking murdering shit, dude. I mean, oh my God.
Straight up.
Thank you, fellas. I mean, I take pride on the details. Like the older I get and the more that I do this stuff, every time I'm trying to improve on not just the music, but just the quality of everything. Like not just the art. Like, okay, like I know a lot of cats think like, oh, I just get a fresh album cover and that's that. No, you got to have the whole package. You know what I mean? Like the product has to look right. The little details, the little like, it's all in the details and the quality too. Like with the merch, like I usually don't do t-shirts or hoodies, but this time we spent so much time on the album that I was like, fuck it, we got so much good art for this. Like I'm gonna do hoodies and like tees. I don't care like they sell or not. Like it's just like
yeah.
And they came out like really nice. Like I'm wearing them. I'm like, damn, this is like some high quality merch. Like this is better than a lot of like rap group t-shirts. Because as a fan myself, like I've bought in a lot of products and you know, like the fans like they're smart. You know, they know quality. They don't want to.
Oh, absolutely.
Supporting low quality products. So that's definitely my mindset going in, and just being original, like in everything, being original in the product, the style of it all. Like hip hop, that's hip hop. You got to be original. You can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And like the whole record, like from top to bottom, the music, packaging, everything, we tried to go original. Like the guests we were talking earlier, guest appearances, we weren't trying to get the same guys on the record. Bringing in musicians, nobody in the underground's bringing in musicians on that shit. That's like some Dr. Dre or Kanye shit. You know what I mean? Like, definitely. So just doing shit different. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be just run of the mill, like copy the next guy. I'm not trying to get the same artist who does everybody else's album covers. Like the guy I got to do the album cover, like he'd never done a rap album cover. You know what I mean? Like that shit looked like a punk rock flyer from the fucking 80s. You know what I mean? Like shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Chong, real quick, like as from a label perspective, what's the rest of your year looking like? Is it pretty hectic, or you gonna fall back a little bit, or you just gonna keep pushing?
Well, I got two more for sure that are coming out this year. Chris Crack, Cute Boys, Rise a Little Delicious, the most ridiculous album title fucking of the year. It's just like it's fucking Chris Crack. Like I swear that guy, you know what I mean? Like he does some shit that just like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. A lot of people try to hate, and it's like he's trying to push buttons and get reactions out of people with that shit, and I love it. You know what I mean? He's one of my favorites, man. He's crazy. But other than that, I'm putting out a beat tape by Obliv.
Dope.
Okay.
And it was just one of my favorite beat tapes that came out this year. It's called Spirit Medicine. And I was like, this needs a physical release. This shit's just too fresh. Like it's up there, top 3 beat tape for me of the year. So,
okay.
I just got the cassettes and the CDs. I'm waiting on the vinyl to show up, but the packaging and everything is looking very fresh. The design on it, oh man, it's tight. People are gonna love it. So
nice.
Yeah, Zilla, to your curator point, right?
I'm working on another album, but I don't think it's going to be ready for this year. I got like a solo Chong producer album that's going to have like various guest appearances and shit, and that's probably next year.
Okay.
I'm glad to see you still running strong, Chong. I know you hit a few bumps in a road along the way, kind of like towards the tail end of Infinity Stone, just with bullshit social media drama and whatever. So
there's always problems. There's always gonna be fucking drama. You know, you learn who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with again and again. And it's like you obviously see it. Like I like working with people like Lord JUCO, Chris Crack, those guys. Yeah. Like I got respect for those guys. They handle their business. They're not fucking playing games. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure.
Good shit.
Zilla, what about you, man? Rest of 2020, is this your last drop, or you got something else in the tuck?
Yeah. Like I have the next Career Crooks record, me and Small Pro. It's called Never at Peace. So that record's done. It's just been Small Pro's been so busy because he's getting all his him and Coal Mine records. They did a record store. They released the Sean Price Master Ace shit.
Right.
They just put that out on 10-inch, and then he's been putting out all his beat tapes into like volumes called John Supreme. So they've been getting those together and merch from my man Dewey Saunders, who worked with Anderson .Paak. He's been doing the merch for them. So they've been doing that, and then I've been doing the Ray West shit. I've been doing all the Wrecking Crew shit, and I've been doing the Midnight Sun. So me and Smalls now, it's like we're just getting the mix and master now. Probably drop, I don't know, like probably spring 2021. It's called Never at Peace.
Okay.
And then I got a solo album in the can. I'm just sitting back. I'm just chilling now. Like, I don't have to write anything for a long time. I could just like fucking watch TV and like do nothing, which is great. I could just not be in rapper mode all day.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I got my solo album, Hired Gun. That's been done for like 4 or 5 months. Just sitting on it. You know what I mean? Just chilling. So it feels good to work really hard and have fun and be inspired and make a shitload of songs and have a lot of projects out. And then it's good just to hang out and do nothing and like unplug. You know what I mean? Just like let all these experiences and let things soak in, happen. And then me and Ray West were about 5 songs deep into another record, but we're just taking our time. He just dropped that album with AG like last week.
Yeah, we got a couple joints queued up for this week. Yeah,
busy.
yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna get a joint or two off that in the show this week.
Nice.
Yeah,
yeah, man. So everyone's working. Everyone's just working.
AG. Shout out to AG.
Yeah,
He's the illest, bro.
That guy
he's like the illest rapper in his 40s. No one talks about. He's amazing.
He just still is so sharp. Like when his delivery, it just like sounds just like his delivery is just incredible. Like he hasn't aged. It feels like he hasn't aged today. You know what I mean? 95 people back listen to Goodfellas and he sounds like exact and it's still like just amazing.
Word.
I love AG.
So Chong, Zilla, is are the physical sold out, or still can you still get them? I mean, this isn't going to air for a couple of days. But
the only things that sold out was the cassette tapes because I didn't know people were going to love the cassettes. I only did 25, and they were just gone in less than half an hour. I was like, shit. Like I guess people wanted the cassettes. And the bundles had those exclusive like papered toys that I only had like 5 of each character made, which was very like a unique like collector's item. And those went like in less than a minute. Those were just gone.
Really?
Those bundles were expensive. Those were like $250 bundles. I was shocked. I was like, shit.
Oh,
yeah, wow.
Like, collectors love that. We still got plenty of vinyl, plenty of CDs. The t-shirts are almost gone, but there's still some hoodies. So
okay.
We got merch. We plan to. We pressed a little more than we thought we would sell because we wanted to work the record for a while and we didn't want to just sell it in one day or one weekend because we worked too hard on it to just be like selling ourselves short on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
No doubt.
All right. Where can they go cop it? chongwizards.bandcamp.com or chongwizard.bandcamp.com.
Yeah, my Bandcamp. Just whatever. Go to Bandcamp, search it, or on my social media, on my bios, there's links. So
okay.
Find it.
Bandcamp exclusive for digital, or is it streaming, or how do you guys
for
handle
now
that?
I dropped the ball on the streaming because it's not like a huge priority to me, but I definitely wanted to get it on there. And then like I just got so busy with making sure all the merch was like in hand and ready, and just the promotion of it leading up, I was just kind of like putting it on the back burner. And then like I was asking one of my homies about it, and he was like, "Oh, you got to do that shit because it takes a while for them to approve it and all this shit when you sign them with DistroKid and all that." So I'm trying to work that out, but I'm thinking in a couple of weeks it should be up there. I'm definitely going to get it up on all the streaming platforms eventually.
Okay.
Dope.
Some cat just uploaded it to YouTube, the whole album. So shout out to whoever did that. That's on YouTube.
Yeah, that was a Paka. He's like known for doing that and shit. I have no problem with that. It's like, you know,
whatever.
His audience, you know, it's YouTube. Let him get his streams up. You know what I mean? I just want people to hear the album. You know what I mean? Like, so.
Zilla, what's home base for you, Zilla?
Say that again, sir?
I said, what's home base for you as far as socials and Bandcamp pages or whatever?
Yeah, you can get me at $3pistol.com. That can match my whole catalog, solo shit. You can get me, Small Pro, PREMROCK, Curly Castro, and Alaska now. He's basically the Capadonna Wrecking Crew. That's at wreckingcrew.bandcamp.com. I have 1 copy left of me in Alaska's album, Cargo Cults, on the metal tin embossed CD. The Velvet CDs are fucking gone forever. They were like in a binder, book binder shit. They're gone. I got 1 metal tin joint left. and that album sold out. It came out beginning of this month. That shit is gone. So yeah, you can get at me on Twitter. I'm pretty active on Twitter. I love it. Facebook. All my family's been radicalized, so I'm not on Facebook like that. I'm not trying to see what they're saying to fucking freak me out. So don't get at me on Facebook. Get at me on Instagram and Twitter. Zilla Rocca, 2 L's, 2 C's. And
the podcast too, man. Zilla. Yeah, talk about the podcast real quick.
Yeah, my podcast. How you like that? Collage Culture podcast, me, Castro, and Alaska. We just had Blueprint and Logic on. We had Tajay from Souls of Mischief on. And we just had Open Mike Eagle on the last 3 weeks.
So
there you go. So a little bit for everybody. And then and we just started a Patreon. So if you want to fucking give us $5 a month, that's dope. $20 a month, we'll take it. Patreon.com/Collage Culture Podcast. If you want to be a cheap freeloading son of a bitch, that's cool. Apple, Spotify. Hey, you want to get it for free? Cool. But we're starting to put like more exclusive content, outside of the regular shit on the Patreon coming up. So there you go, on Collage Culture.
Speaking of sponsorship and support from outside entities and whatnot, I'd like to touch on some Facebook shit right quick. Stop asking, can you advertise on my fucking page for $2,500 a week? My name is not Boo Boo the fucking fool or Sam Sausage Head, and I do not have a flower pot on my fucking head, you fucking bastards.
Ingrate.
Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, dude. We were getting hammered with that shit, man. It's awful.
$2,500 coming a week because you want to put a meatloaf video recipe up on my shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. All right, I just wanted to say that shit. Thank you,
man.
Hey, no problem.
Facebook has become such a wasteland. It's just like, oh my god, it's hard to even go up on there, man. Like don't even try to talk hip hop to people on there. The opinions are so goddamn stale on Facebook. It's just best to be avoided. You know what I mean?
For sure.
That's crazy. Hell yeah.
For sure. All right, Zilla, Chong, thank you guys, man. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for coming in,
anytime.
And
thank you, man. Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
it worked out for the greatest. Yeah. You know what I mean? It worked out for the greatest. I'm happy.
Yeah, we fucked with
always get to talk shit to y'all.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
And the record, No Shit, sounds incredible, man. I love it. I mean, Chong, you and I were going back and forth, about it a little bit last week, man. I'm really fucking impressed. So I always am, man. But I was just surprised how different it sounded. So
hey, and shout out to Rodata on the mixing and mastering.
Word.
Rodata really did.
Yeah, he did.
Rodata, what up?
Again, COVID kind of threw a fucking monkey wrench in there. I wanted to be at his place, like mixing it with him, but like I couldn't because he's got a family and fucking they didn't want me over there during the pandemic. So he handled that shit and he killed it on the mix, man. Sounds really clean.
Shout to him, bro.
Yeah.
Banging.
Yeah, he did. All right, beautiful.
What's up, man? We wish y'all continued success, man, and finish the year off as strong as possible, man. And we'll be checking in on y'all real soon.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Word.
No doubt.
Thank y'all.
Peace, y'all.
All right, enjoy your evening.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
All right, Meeks. Well, there you go.
Yeah, man. Two of the homies.
Yeah, exactly. Great interview.
Got a dope project out now. Can't wait to hear more of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Shouts out to Chong Wizard and Zilla.
Yeah.
Zilla Rocca for being with us tonight, man.
Yes,
shit worked out.
Great dudes, great music. And go back to episode 268 and this week's episode 269. Here's some joints.
269, no doubt.
Spend some fucking real money on this shit. Go support these guys, all right?
No doubt. Do that big time.
We out. Southern Vanguard Radio, twice a week, Meeks, twice a week, Doe, Smithsonian Grade.
Southern Vanguard Radio, we out this bitch.
Yeah, we are the guard. Peace.
Peace, y'all.